Hey guys, good morning. It's about 10 o'clock. We got a helicopter coming in a bit, and it's actually not that bad of a day. Tomorrow's going to be awful. It's supposed to snow, but today it's going to get into the 60s. So let's enjoy what we can today and see what we can see. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, it's a wave off.
What if you wave back? Okay, say who's on there, Aubrey?
No, Biden.
Oh, okay, never mind. Who's on that chopper? Marine 1?
Anything with us clouds.
Alright, there it goes. Take off. Say Aubrey. What's taking off?
Marine 1.
Is there the decoy right there?
Racing the foam units. The race to Andrews. So we're in the final mile before Andrews. I don't know if it's taken off yet. It should have, given the normal time from Marine One's takeoff to the time it takes to take off from Air Force One. But we'll just start filming in case we get lucky like we did the other day. If the stoplight cooperates, we'll get into a much better position. If not, well then we just took a 10-mile drive for nothing. Liquor store, gas station, airplane spotting location. So guys, somewhere over there is Air Force One. It took off. We missed it. It went to the south rather than the north, so not really much of a chance for us to see it in the location that we were at. But it's somewhere over there now, and we're gonna go find something to eat. So guys, up at the Capitol, pretty quiet today. I don't think they're in session. Yeah, the House and Senate, they passed a big spending bill last night for Ukraine, and then they just basically took off for the weekend. So it's pretty dead up here. Not much going on in the Supreme Court either. I don't think they're in session at the moment. So let's go find something to eat up in maybe Union Station or somewhere around here. So we're up here in northern Noma, north of Massachusetts. And this big building here on the right is now like an REI and a bunch of yuppie stores. It used to be the Washington Coliseum, I think was the name of it. And this is where the Beatles played their very first gig in America. After the Ed Sullivan Show, the Beatles got on a train, came to Washington, and played a gig here in the Round, surrounded by screaming kids. Their first American concert was right here in this corner of Washington, D.C. All right, let's go find some lunch. Thai place. What should we eat today? We could always get fish and chips. There's an oyster bar. Oh, what is this place? There's a spaghetti place over here or something. Bonds, that's a burger place. I've had enough burgers this week. I'm drawn to the fish and chips. I'm drawn to the Japanese place that actually serves Chinese food. I'm drawn to the pasta. I don't know what we're gonna eat. Ooh, this is handmade buns. Soy fried chickens. Nah, see, that's a dumpling house. Ice cream, not yet. That's healthy food. I don't want that. Southern comfort food. It's a wine place. Oh yeah, here, sandwiches. Red apron. It's like steaks, man. Like big old steaks. Empanadas. This is a knife dealer. That's a bit sus. Buffalo burger. All right, let's make our way around. Let's go find that pasta bar. Oh, this is the British place. They got fish and chips too, above ground. Let's see it. Yeah, they got fish and chips. They got Cadbury's too. All right, you know what? Let's go with a British fish and chips. All right, guys, moment of truth. Fish and chips. Let's see how it looks inside. That's looking good. That's some good fish. Look at that fish. Crunchy. Crunchy. This is a big piece of fish. I got a fork. Screw it. So some varieties of cherry blossom have already kind of blossomed up here where it's a little bit warmer than down by the National Mall, which is on the water. But we're gonna have cherry blossom soon. Very soon. Let's go for a scooter ride. So we see the DC fire trucks over here at the grocery store. After they do a run, they always come over here and get lunch. And that's from the Palisades. That's down past Georgetown. They had a major mass casualty incident about 2 or 3 hours ago. A car went off the road and smashed into some pedestrian eating areas like what you see on my right in another part of town. 10 people injured, big mass casualty alarm. And it looks like they've got them all on the way to the hospital now. But a lot of fire trucks, lots of ambulances. So guys, there is the National Cathedral. I haven't shown it to you in a while because I haven't been out walking because it's been so cold. But the weather is nice today. Tomorrow it's going to snow. I'm not joking. So we'll enjoy it for a few hours before the miserable, what are they calling it? Bomb Cyclone? The Bomb Cyclone arrives and brings an inch of snow to Washington D.C. and cold and rain. Oh, the moon's out too. So this is the Washington National Cathedral. It's the main cathedral of the Episcopalian Church in the United States. That's the Church of England, for those of you in England. Whoa, that's cold wind. Okay, so that was Officer Alberto. He's a huge Arsenal fan, and we talk about Arsenal whenever I see him. I haven't seen him much this year because my kids have been getting a different drop-off, and he's stationed at a different point lately. Well, let's go down this way. So this house here on the left was renovated recently, and I think it went on the market for $1.7 million. My wife really liked it. She says, it's just the right size, and I'm like, it's right next to a bus stop. You want to listen to buses all day? She's like, but it's pretty. Nah, we didn't buy it. 1.7 or 1.9, I can't remember exactly. Now this house isn't really a house. This is like an electric substation. You can see all the danger signs on the doors. Stay away, don't open. It's got like a bunch of, I don't know, like a neighborhood switching station or something like that in the disguise of a community house. Oh, we're starting to see Ukrainian flags pop up, Ukrainian banners. Not a lot of protesters right now. Wait till school gets out and the kids have some free time. Maybe they'll all come over here and raise a flag. We do see a CDU team, a DC police team. And some guys have put up a street sign here. Zelensky Way. Put that up in front of the Russian embassy. No protest today. Well, there's a couple people there, but I don't think they're protesting. There's the big banner I showed you the other day. It's on the hotel right across the street from the Russian embassy. That's like 60-foot banner, they said. Put it up in the rain. It's much cooler now. Whoa, big bump. Ooh, man, that was scary. So this neighborhood just north of Georgetown's campus is known as Burleith. It's relatively smaller homes, a little bit more affordable than Georgetown. It used to be very popular with the students, but that drove the neighbors crazy, so they kind of pushed the students out of this area and back onto campus into dormitories and other housing. It's also famous in the lore of CIA-Russia battles of the Cold War. You see, there was a CIA counterintelligence officer named Aldrich Ames. And Aldrich Ames was a double agent. He was working for the Russians. And when Aldrich Ames wanted to communicate with his Russian spy master, he would come down here to 37th and R Street, where there was a mailbox. The mailbox is gone, all right? It's been removed by the post office. I mean, nobody mails letters anymore. But Aldrich Ames would make a little chalk marking on the side of the mailbox as a way to call his Russian handlers that he had a delivery. And that was here at 37th and R. Yep, here it is. In Sharpconda is about so yeah, that school over there used to have a high school cadet corps that would march for Franklin Roosevelt and stuff and all sorts of other things at that high school back over there. But in contrast was the story of Aldrich Ames, who was a CIA counterintelligence officer spying for the Soviet Union. And on the northeast corner, which is over there, was the mailbox that he was sent. He's in jail. 1994, sentenced to life without parole, and one of the largest failures in CIA history. And there you see is a little statue, little carving of Aldrich Ames making a mark on the mailbox. History is everywhere in this city. So up over here is the Duke Ellington School for the Performing Arts, kind of like the Fame School, where kids go here to perfect their art skills, be it singing or music or dance or being an artist. Duke Ellington is a public school. It's open to anyone in the District of Columbia, but I do believe there is an audition. And it used to be known as Western High School back in the day, and I think that's when the Corps of Cadets was there. It's famous. It has a really big chair out in front of it, built by one of the students. And it's got a pretty amazing looking building. Duke Ellington School of the Arts. All right, let's go down this way into Georgetown. Here I am wearing like a hoodie and an army jacket, and these kids are wearing t-shirts. You'll catch a cold. You'll catch a cold.
So are we.
So this is Healy Hall, the administration building at Georgetown. Georgetown's the oldest Catholic university in America, and many people quite familiar with its basketball teams back in the 80s. One of their famous players was Patrick Ewing, NBA star. He's now the coach of Georgetown, but Georgetown lost like 20 games this year. So I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be the coach of Georgetown basketball. All right, let's spin back off campus. Go find something to do. So this is 36 and O Street, and just around the corner here is Holy Trinity Catholic Church. This is the church that Joe Biden attends on the weekends when he's in Washington, D.C. He'll come down here and go to Saturday evening services. I've been told technically it's not a mass. Also, this school next to it, Holy Trinity, is somewhat famous in the internet world. You may remember the video of a third grade teacher who said to her class, if I sink a half-court basketball shot, the whole class gets hot chocolate. Well, that shot took place here at this school, Holy Trinity School, right inside there. That's where that viral video has its roots. Okay, let's go down this way. I'm going to run the stop sign because I'm a crazy guy. They knew I was going to run it. They were cool about it. These old houses are known as Captain's Row. Captain's Row was all the seafaring merchant captains and port owners and warehouse owners associated with the maritime industry of Georgetown back in the early 1800s. These houses are now like $5 to $7 million each, at least. They're pretty posh. And one of their neighbors is this red house with the green shutters. That is 3307, if I remember, 3307 N Street Northwest. That is John F. Kennedy's house. John F. Kennedy lived there as a senator prior to taking the office, moving into the White House. That was his last private address. There's no marker or anything about that being Kennedy's house, but if you come over to this side of the street, there is a small marker put up here by members of the press corps. in gratitude of the woman who lived here, because Miss Helen Montgomery and her father Charles Montgomery would allow the press to come inside and have a cup of tea while they waited for big announcements from the Kennedy inaugural team that were coming out of the doorstep there. And it was a very, very cold winter. So she took care of the press, and they put a plaque up on her side of her house. Kind of cool. Now, up here on the right is Martin's Tavern. This is a pub that's been here since the 30s. Truman used to go here, Eisenhower, Nixon, Kennedy. All the presidents have come down to Martin Tavern. In fact, Kennedy proposed to Jackie O inside Martin's Tavern, and legend has it that he wrote the initial draft of the inaugural address at his booth, known as the Kennedy booth, inside Martin's Tavern. If you're a big political person, you can come down to Martin's Tavern and request the Kennedy booth or the Eisenhower, the Truman booth, or whatever, and they'll sit you where they sat all those years ago. So guys, there's the Apple store where I told my wife I was going, but of course, you know, I'm not going there. And here's Wawa. Not just any Wawa, the largest Wawa on the East Coast. Ooh, impressive. Not really. All right, let's head down into the heart of Georgetown, Wisconsin and M. Where there's a lot of cars trying to run me over and a lot of pedestrians looking to get run over. Let's just go this way. Honestly, there's more people here now than there is on a Saturday night. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Okay guys, so it turns out the falafel place has a very long line for French fries. So we're on foot again. We're just gonna walk back up to my neighborhood. We were down here the other day because I showed you this house at the end of the street, the house that just sold for like $2.7 million. They bought it for like less than $1 million, and then they totally revamped and gutted it and cleaned it up, made it look very, very posh. What's this yellow one here on the end? 2706 Olive Street, and this was the home of Julia Child. Yeah, Julia Child lived here as a young stenographer, typist, or clerk with a small organization called the OSS, and then she went on to a higher ranking position. Oh, birthday party. I see unicorns and princesses and kings and piñatas. There's a tree. That looks like a dogwood though. Yeah, is it all blossoming out? Or is that a magnolia? Maybe a magnolia. Well, between 80 degrees the other day and it's 64 degrees today, stuff is going to be blooming. Tomorrow, of course, it's going to snow, which is stupid. But that's life. Is this it? Yeah, I think it is. So we're at 28th and O, and I wanted to stop for a moment, show you something I've shown you before. This fence, yeah? This fence is not just wrought iron or steel. These are old musket barrels. This is known as gun barrel fence. And the guy who lived here bought all these surplus gun barrels from the US Army, back in the 1800s to make a fence. And if you look closely, you can see you still have the aiming sights on some of the musket barrels. Some of the gun barrels have aiming sights on them. There's another one here. So this is gun barrel fence. There's one there. Now, so over here, 2920 Reservoir Road. This is the home of Katie Graham, the former home of Katharine Graham, the publisher of the Washington Post. And before that, it was the home of Bill Donovan, the OSS founder and the founder of the CIA. Now, I'm not sure who lives here. I know that it was recently renovated. I saw a bunch of construction signs, but I'm not sure who occupies this house. It's maybe just kind of empty. What's better than lunch? second lunch. So guys, that's another day done and dusted. Didn't make it out to see the truckers today, but who knows, they might be around this weekend. We've got really bad weather forecast. The Bomb Cyclone could drop 1 to 4 inches of snow on Washington this weekend. Joe Biden's away until probably Sunday. I think he'll come back from Camp David on Sunday, and we'll be out filming him, seeing what else is going on in the big city this weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.